Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to match number 12 in the Chief Minister's Cup, presented by the Karnataka State Football Association and the Vaishnavi Group. It's time for some Group D action here at Bangalore Football Stadium, and it will be Sarvagnanagar taking on Yeshwanthapura. Both these teams have had opposite stories to start their campaign at this year's Chief Minister's Cup, with Sarvagnanagar winning their first game against Yashwanthapura. Yeshwanthapura losing their game to KSFA as the officials get on it here at Bangalore Football Stadium. Before we'll take a group picture of all the players, officiating members, and the chief guests for this game. Just in case you're wondering, ladies and gentlemen, which team is which? Team on the left side of your screen is Sarvagnanagar in their white colored kits, and the team on the right is Yeshwanthapura in their navy blue kits, as the two captains make their way for the toss. It is Sarvagnanagar who won it, and they've chosen to take the right side, which means they'll be kicking from right to left, and it'll be Yeshwanthapura to kick from left to right in this football game. Let's take a look at the starting 11s now. It'll be Kevin Koshi, Franklin Tarun, Jay Kumar, Sunil Kumar, Niroshan Mani, Narendra Prasad, Vijay, AJ, Yogit, P. Tarant, and Narain Karthikeyan for Sarvagnanagar, with their coach being the Raju. This is a top team that has potential also to win this year's Chief Minister's Cup. Let's take a look at Yeshwanthapura now. It's Leon Michael, Prajwal, Mahant, Mesh, Suchit, Chetan, Akshay, Danush, Lokesh, Vishwambharan, and Anirudh Bhatt to start this game. Ladies and gentlemen, we're almost ready to get going for kickoff here in this evening game between Sarvagnanagar and Yeshwanthapura. It's actually all mistaken there. Sarvagnanagar, they're the team that'll play from left to right, whereas Yeshwanthapura, they'll play from right to left. But we're officially underway with the referee's whistle here in match number 12. This Group D match is important for both these teams. If Yeshwanthapura lose this game, they put themselves on the back foot heading into match number 3. It's tough to come back, qualify from that position for the quarterfinals. So Yeshwanthapura, it's either a must draw or a must win game. They just simply cannot lose. Sarvagnanagar, on the other hand, they have a little more of a cushion heading into this one, and they will look to do their best to get 6 points first in front of KR the other team that won in Group D, secure their spot in the quarterfinals. Sarvagnanagar just trying to push forwards a little bit. They've been frazzled a little bit by Yeshwanthapura, but goalkeeper Kevin Koshi takes care of that for Sarvagnanagar. Makes sure that there's not too much trouble on the defensive end early in this game. It's important to mention Sarvagnanagar in the game against Yashwanthapura, they actually lost out when it came to scoring first. The first goal went towards the men in green, Yashwanthapura, but Sarvagnanagar, they persisted and they were able to get a few more goals, which gave them the lead and the win in the game. So even if they go down early on this game, don't count them out of it. They're a top team. Sarvagnanagar, they'll look to make the best use of their opportunity. Goalkeeper of Yeshwanthapura takes care of that. Attack from Sarvagnanagar. Sarvagnanagar now with possession in a good position. They kick it in. The header is not, the cross is not able to find its man. No header on that occasion. What about take 2? Into the hands of the goalkeeper of Yeshwanthapura. No problems whatsoever. Yeshwanthapura try to play forward. Sarvagnanagar doing well on the defensive end. They haven't been able to do much though from an offensive standpoint as of now. Put in a few good crosses, few good attacks in these first 3 minutes, but not on this occasion. Possession shifts to Yeshwanthapura in the form of a throw-in. Ball goes high, but it'll be recovered by the men in blue, or will it? Yes, it will. Goalkeeper Prajwal takes good care of that. Kick it in, but it will be recovered by Sarvagnanagar. Kevin Koshi putting the team in a little uncomfortable position, and Yeshwanthapura will take over possession in the form of a throw-in, but nope, they are not able to keep a hold of it. Sarvagnanagar doing well on the defensive end to keep that from being a goal-scoring opportunity for the men in blue. Some good footwork from number 6, keeping the ball with him at all costs, not conceding it in a dangerous position. Trying his best. Then he's allowed for Sarvagnanagar to keep possession. Just as I say that, Yeshwanthapura, they take over possession and they kick it back into Sarvagnanagar's box. 5 minutes into this game then, ladies and gentlemen, the first attacks have come from Sarvagnanagar. Yeshwanthapura yet to make a meaningful attack in this game. Sarvagnanagar pushed forward, they throw the ball in, goes all the way to the left, they can attack from there. The cross, no good. Finds the feet of Prajwal, goalkeeper for Yeshwanthapura. Now the men in blue, they try to kickstart an attack, blocked by the defense. They have to be sent back. Turnover by Sarvagnanagar. Makes sure Yeshwanthapura again not able to get near the goalpost with their attack. Sarvagnanagar once again pushing forwards. It's a nicely timed run, this from number 9. Can he finish it off? You bet he can. That's the first goal of the game going towards Sarvagnanagar, ladies and gentlemen. And what a finish it was. Goalkeeper Prajwal got all frazzled, all mixed up, didn't know where to look. Looked off for 1 second. And there you go. A beautiful, beautiful finish from number 9 of Sarvagnanagar. Goal scorer being Sunil Kumar. He's been prolific in this tournament. He's also scored a goal against Yeshwanthapura. So he's keeping his goal scoring streak going here. Sunil Kumar. Sarvagnanagar take hold of the ball yet again. They play the ball forwards, but it should be intercepted by Prajwal. It is. It's been sent back all the way to Sarvagnanagar's own half. There's another attack from Sarvagnanagar. Not quite. Passes just have a little bit too much ball speed on them, preventing players from getting good opportunity at goal. That time, the defense was a little sloppy from Yeshwanthapura, but they get away with it. They got to put that behind them now. They've got to focus on their own attack. They know this game is do or die, and now they're putting in a good attack themselves. Here comes number 7. All he's got to do is finish into the hands of Kevin Koshi. Now let's take a look at that again. Number 7 of Yeshwanthapura, Suchit, doing well to get all the way down, but he was swarmed by defenders of Sarvagnanagar. Yeshwanthapura find a way to take back possession from the team in white. As they look to change things here in Group D by getting a win or even a draw to keep them still in a good position heading into their third match of the group stage. And this is a good opportunity to score. The shot goes up, but it's saved by Kevin Koshi. A good goalkeeper for Sarvagnanagar. Hasn't had a clean sheet, but he has made the right saves when he has needed to make the saves. In the game against Yeshwanthapura, and he's done that yet again. Goalkeeper Prajwal, on the other hand, had a little bit more hectic game against Pura. A couple of times found himself having to make some saves, and he did make a few saves. Some of them were good, some of them were legendary. But in the end, it wasn't quite enough to give Yeshwanthapura the advantage that they needed. Suchit pushing forward yet again, loses out on possession. Sarvagnanagar with the ball. Good tackle results in Yeshwanthapura getting the ball. And another good tackle results in Sarvagnanagar getting the ball. Back. Now the men in white, they push forwards for yet another attack. They have the 1-goal lead. It's not much of a cushion though. They'll push for a 2-goal cushion. Played it in. It's a good opportunity. And another good tackle by Yeshwanthapura. High stakes moment. That was almost a 1v1 situation. Yeshwanthapura do well. They are rewarded with a free kick. Let's take another look at this now. See them having the ball. Is a little too aggressive there. Trying to take the ball away. That's the way Sarvagnanagar played. Their type of football is quite aggressive. Didn't quite see it from them early on in the other game, but as the game progressed, they got better and better when it came to aggression until they beautifully mastered it. That's what got them the win in their first match. Now their second match, what can they do? They've got the 1-goal lead. They're still pushing forward for a 2-goal cushion, and this is another good opportunity for Sunil Kumar. He passed it to his teammate. It's against the goalkeeper, and it's in. The second goal of this game goes the way of Sarvagnanagar as they've established the all-important 2-goal cushion. You can see that Sunil Kumar knew that he couldn't do anything on that one. Passed it to his teammate, number 6, who was brilliantly able to finish that goal. It's Narendra Prasad now who got that goal for Sarvagnanagar. About 13 minutes in, Sarvagnanagar have established themselves at the top in this encounter. Yeshwanthapura get us back going. They're not able to hold on to the ball for long. Sarvagnanagar using the holds in the offense to get the ball defensively. They're playing it in once more. It's a bad pass that from left to right. How about this attempt? Take 2. It's much better. Sunil Kumar with the ball again. He's been the standout player for Sarvagnanagar. This occasion, though, the men in white not able to do much. However, they will be awarded a free kick. This free kick is from quite a dangerous position. So in the previous game, free kicks can be lethal. Well, about now, it's a good kick and it's off the crossbar. First time in this game, third time today. The shot hits the crossbar, and it goes out for Sarvagnanagar. Foul will be called on Sarvagnanagar on this occasion. Let's take another look at that. Just a little bit too physical there. Number 3, Vijay. Yeshwanthapura kick it in. They still have possession though. They play it in, but a little bit too much on that pass. Kevin Koshi doesn't even have to move forward. He stands in his position and takes care of that cross. Now Yeshwanthapura playing a much more tighter defense as opposed to 5 minutes ago. They realize the situation. Need to get the ball back a few more times. Need to create more opportunities for themselves. As they're not giving many opportunities to Sarvagnanagar. Sarvagnanagar still finding ways to push on. Play forwards. The shot. It goes wide, but offside. It's not called by the referee, so had that gone in, it would have been a goal to Sarvagnanagar. So Sarvagnanagar could very well be 3-0 up, if not even 4-0 up at this early point, considering the opportunities that they've gotten to score. But for now, they have scored 2 goals early on. They've gotten their confidence up high, gotten the confidence of their opponents down low. There's a saying in football that goes like this: physicality is only 10%, mentality, however, is 90. You've got to be on your game mentally in order for you to win the physical battle. Sarvagnanagar have gone 2 goals up in the early stages. We're not even 20 minutes in. They've got 2 goals up. But if Yeshwanthapura start to lose the big picture, they've still got 70 minutes or so to make some magic happen. Then they've surely dug themselves into a hole, which they can't get out of. But these guys, they're professional athletes, got quite a bit of experience under their belt. They should be able to keep themselves in that positive mindset, even though there are 2 goals down in the first 18 minutes. Sarvagnanagar yet again pushing forwards, but there's no one make a run to collect the through pass. Even the previous game against KR one thing that I noticed about Yeshwanthapura was they really couldn't get too many opportunities. KR did incredibly well in making sure that they got almost all of the opportunities, and Yeshwanthapura didn't really get too many. That's sort of what's happening in this game too. So if Yeshwanthapura want to win this game and if they want to progress, they're going to have to start by creating more opportunities for themselves. They weren't able to do it in the first game. I assume they'll be practicing it in the days they got off. So far, they really haven't had a meaningful attack. The ball goes back to Sarvagnanagar. Sarvagnanagar pushing forwards. Number 15 making his run, but run started a little too early there. Called offside by the referee, and Yeshwanthapura take the ball back, or Sarvagnanagar now have the ball back, and now number 20 making another run, and it's in yet again. Beautiful stuff from Sarvagnanagar. They've created so many 1v1 opportunities for themselves. It was Sunokumar first up, it was Narendra Prasad next, and now it's Praveen who's ended up scoring for Sarvagnanagar. Now the scoreline stands heading into full time, then Sarvagnanagar have surely booked their spot into the quarterfinals. Nothing's decided yet, but put themselves in prime position to be one of the first teams to do so. And again, a good steal from Sarvagnanagar, but they just weren't able to find the right pass at the right time. Essentially, that's just giving the ball back to Yeshwanthapura. Yeshwanthapura trying to push forwards yet again, but nope. They've been denied the opportunity to push forwards. Really have an attack by Sarvagnanagar as they look to establish dominance in this game. Pure dominance. Now Sarvagnanagar, and looking at the scoreline, you've got to think that they're going to play it a bit more defensively, maybe. Not too aggressive. But they're still pushing on. Who's got the ball? Sarvagnanagar have. And that'll be the fourth. In one of the most uncanny situations to score, Sarvagnanagar managed to find a way to get their fourth breakthrough this game. Goalkeeper came out front, and all that was left to do was to get past the two defenders who were at the back. It was a beautifully positioned touch by Sarvagnanagar that was able to help them ease past the two defenders and now establish a 4-goal lead over Yeshwanthapura. Yeshwanthapura already having to kick off for the 5th time this match. Sarvagnanagar playing it in yet again. They still managed to come out with possession yet again. The shot taken goes into the hands of Prajwal. Yeshwanthapura back with possession, back with the ball. Running forwards, this is a good opportunity for Yeshwanthapura. They've gotten through. Number 6 takes a shot. It's a good opportunity, but it's into the hands of Kevin Koshi. I think that shot was on target as well. So let's take a look at this again. He got past, he took the shot. It seems to be going wide, but it was curving back into the goal. And sort of allowed for Kevin Koshi to get his hands to it a little bit more easily, I think. Sarvagnanagar looking to create another 1v1 opportunity between themselves and the goalkeeper, unable to do so this time round. It's a rogue pass by Sarvagnanagar. So it's recovered by the men in white. Just making sure that everyone's on side before they make their run. I think he hit the goalkeeper. I think he hit the referee on the way in, resulting in a stoppage of play. Number 13, he can push forwards here. It's another 1v1 situation, which this time gets a little bit more complicated. And it goes out. Sarvagnanagar have missed a golden opportunity to score yet again. That pass was not intended for number 13, but he took it anyways. He ran and he got past the goalkeeper, but he couldn't get past defender number 5, and it will be a corner heading the way of Sarvagnanagar. It just shows you, doesn't it, the amount of 1v1 opportunities, the amount of holes that Sarvagnanagar are able to find in this defense of Yeshwanthapura. That should be a concerning sign for the men in blue. This is a pure number of 1v1s Sarvagnanagar are able to create with the goalkeeper. If I'm not mistaken, all but one goal for Sarvagnanagar has come off 1v1s with goalkeeper, maybe a couple more defenders. But it was a comfortable role. They weren't really made to work for it, and that's something that's got to improve from Yeshwanthapura going forward in not only this match but in the tournament as well. They've still got the game to play against Yashwanthapura, and we all know that Yashwanthapura is a strong team. They gave Sarvagnanagar a run for their money in the first game. They scored first, they kept the pressure on, scoreline ended 2-1 in favour of Sarvagnanagar, but they were good. And if Yeshwanthapura want to give themselves any chance of getting past the team in green, they're going to have to avoid situations like these where they concede possession quite easily and allowing for situations like these where shots can be taken a bit more liberally, if you will. Let's take another look at this. Another opportunity coming off a turnover. Number 13 looking to rectify his mistakes from the last time. Can't quite do so. Yeshwanthapura get away with it. But what they can't get away now is possession, as it still remains with Sarvagnanagar. But I think in football, more than possession, creating opportunities is important. And that's something that Sarvagnanagar have done consistently this game. Not only have they had possession, but they've made good use of that possession. Otherwise, you could just be passing it round the back, calling it, I'm having about 100% possession. That's not the way you create attacks. That's not the way you create goal scoring chances. You create goal scoring chances by being aggressive, by going forwards, by looking for holes in the defense, and by exploiting them. And that's something that Sarvagnanagar have done along with having possession. That's what's gotten them their 4-goal lead less than 30 minutes into this football game. As they might look to stretch it out to 5 here, it's a good opportunity for them again, down the middle. They look to play defensively, waiting for another hole in the defense. Haven't gone long till drinks, so any goal will cause drinks break to be taken. Sarvagnanagar will have to throw in. Take it quite quickly. Play it down the middle. Who's making their run? And again, number 13, I think, got tangled up in a position where another player was about to make a run. Coordination is just that important in football. Number 20 running in. I think he knows he's offside. Started his run much, much earlier than he should have. Because of that, will be an offside kick heading the way of Sarvagnanagar. But with that stoppage, we will head into drinks. Sarvagnanagar have truly established dominance in this game. Early doors, less than 30 minutes in, they've gotten themselves a big old 4-0 lead over Yeshwanthapura. Back from the break, Sarvagnanagar with possession from the offside kick. They play it again. The mission remains the same to establish pure dominance over Yeshwanthapura. And if you're Yeshwanthapura, the message is to there are two messages made. Most importantly, that is to not create holes in the defense and to create more opportunities at goal. And not really, I guess there's a third one too, and that's to not lose possession in critical positions like they just did right there. And just did right there. Now being a fifth goal for Sarvagnanagar. Didn't seem to look much like a goal scoring opportunity, this. Ball was played in with a little bit too much pace. Seemed like the defender took care of that. Later the goalkeeper, but Prajwal ended up missing that one, and that ends up giving Sarvagnanagar their fifth goal of the game. Right after drinks, Sarvagnanagar have taken their fifth goal of this football game, courtesy of an error committed by the defence. Easy with dangerous tackle. It will be a free kick for Yeshwanthapura. Take it in, and number 4 was pretty close to goal. But Yeshwanthapura will take a throw in. Awfully close to the corner flag. They play it in, but it's recovered by Sarvagnanagar, who were able to keep possession while trying to clear it. The referee stops play, has a little talk with number 7. And we will resume play. Kick it in. This time, Prajwal gets his hand to it. No difficulty whatsoever. Yeshwanthapura trying to make something happen off the right now. But immediately been pushed back. 35 minutes into this football game. And Sarvagnanagar have played possibly the best football that they could have played in these 35 minutes, creating multiple opportunities for themselves and also establishing a 5-0 lead over Yeshwanthapura. Kevin Koshi had to come forwards there. Both the players, they actually thought they were offside, but no call from the referee. Definitely a missed opportunity by Yeshwanthapura to push forwards and to get a goal. But they will be given another opportunity courtesy of a free kick here in a dangerous position. Can Yeshwanthapura finally find a breakthrough in this game using this set piece? Set pieces are one of the most effective ways to score goals. The kick goes in and it goes wide left. No touch from anybody whatsoever. Only means that will be a goal kick heading the way of Sarvagnanagar. Kevin Koshi's kick does manage to find number 13. Plays it in perfectly. Number 15, who's not able to finish it. Wide right. And you can see there, another hole in the defense. You take another look at this. Perfectly played, perfect pass. And it hit the goalkeeper on the way out, I think. So it will be a corner heading the way of Sarvagnanagar. I didn't notice that the first time. It's a good save from Prajwal. And much better football from number 13, really understanding his teammates, where they were at. Good coordination from his teammates as well. Results in the corner kick is up. It is no good. Goes behind the goal. One of the worst free kicks we've seen in the tournament. Sorry, one of the worst corners we've seen in the tournament. That's Sarvagna push forward with the ball back. Another 1v1 situation, and it's in this time round. 6-0 for the team in white. Let's take another look at this then. Quite literally a hole in the defense. Something the coach, in my opinion, I think would have and should have talked about during the break, to play a much more tighter defense in order to prevent goal scoring opportunities and to prevent them from really penetrating into their half. But there we go. We headed into breaks 4-0. We'll come out 7 minutes hence, and the score is 6-0. Here come Yeshwanthapura with a good goal scoring opportunity. They're in the box. The shot taken. It's blocked by the defense. They did appeal for a handball, but it's called otherwise by the referee, as I think the player who took the shot, it's quite a hard shot. He's gone down now. Stood up again. They'll still get the medics on to confirm that he's all right. Possession will go to Sarvagnanagar once play restarts, but it was a tough shot from Yeshwanthapura. I think he ended up hitting player right in the stomach. Powerful hit that. Good to see that he's able to stand up, number 14. Doing all right. Took one for the team there. And we'll resume play with Sarvagnanagar having possession. 40 minutes into this football game, ladies and gentlemen, the scoreline is 6-0 in favor of Sarvagnanagar. They managed to play some good football. They've created a lot of opportunities to themselves, just like that. Coming forwards again. The goalkeeper, though, will get here first. Get there first this time round. Kevin Koshi took his time to make that pass, but when he did, there was no problems for the Sarvagnanagar defense. So all's worked out for good there for the team in white. They push for 7th. I must say, the only way that Yeshwanthapura can get right back into this game is if they start creating more opportunities like that, more run-ins and things like that, as Sarvagnanagar. I did say they were campaigning for their 7th. I didn't really think they would get it in this half at least. But a comfortable tap in for number 13, who's been trying to go for quite some time right about now. And Yogif Player number 13 for Sarvagnanagar finally gets his reward. And the scoreline changes yet again, this time to 7-0 in favour of the team in white. Can Yeshwanthapura cut it down at least back to 6 goals heading into the half? Or will this be the scoreline? I will have to talk about heading into the half. 7-0. In one half shows you the kind of football that Sarvagnanagar have played. Taking away possession from Yeshwanthapura on multiple occasions when they tried to attack. This time they did give away possession, and Yeshwanthapura pushing forward. Trying to take an attack from the left. And Sarvagnanagar yet again find possession, but the goalkeeper should get that first this time around as well. And he does, so it will be a throw-in heading the way of the men in white. Throw goes up. And it's recovered by Yeshwanthapura. Got 2 minutes plus additional time to play. Sarvagnanagar look comfortable with their 7-goal lead. Playing it back on the defense. Playing it back to the goalkeeper. All done just to waste some time, I guess, to finish the half. Without doing anything stupid, we'll get to play 1 minute. 1 minute till we reach the 45-minute mark. Almost seems like Sarvagnanagar is toying with Yeshwanthapura, but they have lost out in possession that occasion, but they've only done that to get it straight back from them. Get confirmation about amount of time to be added on at the end of this half in a little bit. And Sarvagnanagar looking to push for one final attack, maybe to make it 8-0. This is when they might have thought about doing that. They've given away possession, but safely into the hands of Kevin Koshi. They have conceded possession again. They've got 1 minute here. Yeshwanthapura to try and score their first goal. No foul call by the referee. Beat will play on as Sarvagnanagar push for their eighth in this first half. Might end up getting it. They've gotten the turnover. Ball played forwards is spot on. Another 1v1 sort of situation. And he loses out, number 8. Wasn't sort of 1v1 there, it was more 3v1. He takes another shot, goes barely high. But we've hit the 46-minute mark. With the blow of the referee's whistle, that will be the half. Heading into halftime at Bangalore Football Stadium on day number 6 of the Chief Minister's Cup. Sarvagnanagar showing the type of football they can play by exploiting the weaknesses of their opponents. They've taken a huge lead heading into the half. And the scoreline stands as Sarvagnanagar 7, Yeshwanthapura 0. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of match number 12 here at the Chief Minister's Cup. Well, the first half was pretty eventful for both teams, but also pretty one-sided between both teams. Sarvagnanagar taking a 7-0 lead against Yeshwanthapura during that first half. Played some excellent football here, Sarvagnanagar. Done well in exploiting the weaknesses of their opponents as well. Now with the second half underway, the way that the second half has started, actually, the first minute. You can see that Sarvagnanagar was definitely comfortable in the position that they're in. They look to make another attack, probably make it 8-0. They're not able to do it at this occasion. Give the ball back. Give the ball to Yeshwanthapura for the first time this half. But can they keep possession and can they push forward for attack? The answer is no. Sarvagnanagar having possession, pushing forward. The tackle though. Yeshwanthapura. Got to think that they don't find a goal or two in the next few minutes, that their opportunity staying in this tournament of coming back is basically diminished. There we go. That's the story of the entire game right there. Whenever Yeshwanthapura have come in for an attack, Sarvagnanagar have been there in order to prevent it from happening. It's also happened in Yeshwanthapura's game against KR Pura. So it's something that they also have to work on as they keep playing, just not allowing too many holes in the defense and also creating more goal scoring opportunities as there. Sarvagnanagar got pretty close to finding an eighth, but not to be for the men in white. Another tackle coming in from Sarvagnanagar. They're able to take the ball away from one defender, not quite two. Still there for Sarvagnanagar to take, but nope. Yeshwanthapura do well taking care of that situation. But Sarvagnanagar fires straight back. Take over possession. There aren't too many defenders now in the box. So can they find the breakthrough? There's a good opportunity for Sarvagnanagar. All they got to do is kick it in. No, they took too much time on that one. That's allowed the defense to get back together. What about now? He's running in. Number 16 throws in the shot. And saved by Prajwal. Sarvagnanagar massively boosting their goal differential with the 7-0 lead that they have. They've gone from 1 goal differential before the start of this game to 8. If the scoreline stays this way at full time, or at least if the 7-goal lead stays the same into full time. Foul throw committed by Yeshwanthapura will give possession straight back to Sarvagnanagar. Taking time with their attack. They're really calculating every possibility at this point, and they have time to do so. Played out to the right, to the left, I should say. They're not quite able to get there at time, and Yeshwanthapura take over possession. Number 2, pass it back to goalkeeper Prajwal. What can he do? He tosses it in. As out by number 8 of Sarvagnanagar. Sarvagnanagar are really just giving Yeshwanthapura an opportunity to be a little more aggressive in the way they play football. Not really going all in on the attacks. They know they've got a 7-0 lead. The last thing they want to do is to put themselves in a horrible position by getting a red card by pushing forwards or just not being organized at the rear. Which if they do really push forward on an attack, they might be. So doing it completely for safety reasons here, Sarvagnanagar not pushing forwards. This attack. Still with Sarvagnanagar, number 4. Good tackle by Yeshwanthapura, but can they keep the ball? So far, yes. They're able to kick it out for a throw into Sarvagnanagar. They take it pretty quickly. Number 16 goes for the shots, which is barely high of the goalpost. It was a really good shot coming in from number 16. But just not good enough to find the back of the net. Sarvagnanagar yet again for getting possession back from Yeshwanthapura. They're pushing forwards. Man goes in, but he's not able to get past the defender. It's once again cleared out by the team in blue. Sarvagnanagar take it quick. Got the 7-0 lead. Can they make it 8 with this play? Not quite, but they've still got possession. And they will have a corner. First corner of second half. Under the 51st minute, they take it quick. As you expect them to. Here comes number 6. Throws in across. It's not found the right man. 16. Has a couple opportunities now, but he's not able to do anything. Sarvagnanagar not able to find the goal that they would have wanted that occasion. There you go again for a cross. And a foul committed by Yeshwanthapura in a dangerous position. So Sarvagnanagar, surely they're just going to take the shot straight up and not really pass it. Ball's placed down just barely ahead of the penalty box. Yeshwanthapura will look to get themselves a little bit more organized. It'll be Sunil Kumar. Take the shot. Oh no, it'll be the other player, but it hits the crossbar. And it's no good. Sarvagnanagar do recover possession. Number 6, Narendra takes it in. But he's not able to find his man. Sarvagnanagar though still have possession, or do they? Yeshwanthapura take it away from them, applying a bit of pressure now on the defense, was a little scrambled. Referee gives the ball back to Sarvagna. Let's look at this again then. A great shot, but once again hits the crossbar. Second time in the game for Sarvagnanagar that it hits the crossbar and doesn't go in. They will take back possession. They won't. They'll give it back to Yeshwanthapura, who give it straight back to Sarvagnanagar. Sarvagnanagar losing out on possession. They need to get it back then from Yeshwanthapura. Now they can focus on their attack. Put the ball forwards. Once again, recovered by Yeshwanthapura. Not too much damage. They cross it in though. This could be a promising attack. Correction, this might be a really promising attack for Yeshwanthapura. Can they make the best use of it though? Nope. I'll go the way of Sarvagnanagar, but Yeshwanthapura back with possession. Only to be forced to give the ball back to Sarvagnanagar. 10 minutes now into the half. 55 minutes into the game. The scoreline stays the same. Sarvagnanagar 7, Yeshwanthapura 0. No change in that whatsoever. There is a change, and that's Sarvagnanagar and the way they're playing football in the second half. They're playing it a bit more passively. Correction, a lot more passively than the way they were playing it in the first half. Really big contrast there. I've also given a few opportunities to Yeshwanthapura. Yeshwanthapura, they haven't been able to utilize those opportunities to their fullest potential. As another goal scoring opportunity here. It will go in for Sarvagnanagar. And that'll be the 8-0 lead. Good to see the sportsmanship between the two players. The goal scorer on this occasion goes down as he scored the goal, but Sarvagnanagar have done well. They've gotten to 8 goals and they've demolished the opposition. Just confirmation of the goal scorer's name. His name is Sarant. Number 4. It's good use of that throw in too. They were able to get that throw in quite deep. They just enable for it to be a goal as ball goes out. Referee gives it in favor of Sarvagnanagar. He gives it as a goal kick. I must say, Sarvagnanagar, they're playing a lot more passively than last time, but even still, they've managed to find a breakthrough. They've definitely dialed down when it comes to playing on offense. They've played on defense. You can see they're passing between the goalkeeper and defenders, but very much still able to find goals, and that's sort of just coming from their ability to exploit other teams. This is why they could prove to be contenders for winning this tournament, really. Feel like they have the potential to match up with the likes of other big teams, as I think a run was supposed to be made there. No foul call by the referee on that occasion, but so they'll play on. But Sarvagnanagar still with possession. Looking to play it down the middle. They're not able to do that. Just straight up, but they will get a free kick. As they take rather quickly. Sarvagnanagar, they managed to find ways to score goals in uncanny situations in weird ways, mostly in the forms of 1v1s. In this game against the goalkeeper. Also had a fair bit of luck not on their side when a couple of times the ball hit the crossbar, but they're still pushing forwards. They're still going for more goals, which is good to see, really, because sometimes when you get this high, you only play defensively and don't really go for attacks. It's good to see Sarvagnanagar still going for goals, still pushing for attacks, still looking to increase their goal differential. Yeshwanthapura, on the other hand, although Sarvagnanagar have eased a little bit, they're still conceding possession a fair few times, and they're still not able to find meaningful attacks that might actually give them goals. Just like that. Bit too much on that pass. These through passes, they're tough to judge too. Oftentimes, even in terms of the passes, it could be just down to the speed of the ball. And even if it's off by a little bit, that could result in madness from the goalkeeper. But on this occasion, Sarvagnanagar have managed to find their ninth goal of the game. Let's take another look at this. And like I said, sometimes it just comes down to the amount of pace that you put on the ball when you pass it forwards. A beautiful goal, beautifully crafted, exploiting again. It's the same thing that comes up. There's a hole in the defense, there's a weakness, and Sarvagnanagar have been good at taking care of that. They've been good at exploiting the defense. They've been good overall in this game, at least when it comes to scoring goals. Up 9-0. The highest margin of victory in this tournament so far was attained by Heppel, who played earlier today. They won their game quite convincingly 5-2 against Rajaji Nagar. But as I was saying, the highest difference in the outcome of the game was 10-0 by Heppel. As a man goes down, no foul call by the referee. Number 8 will take his shot on wide, and the referee calling it a goal kick. Another good opportunity for Sarvagna to score, but haven't made best use of it. They don't really need to. Highest margin of victory in this tournament, 10-0 by Heppel against Yellekna a few days ago. Sarvagnanagar 9-0 up already with surely 30 minutes to play, including stoppage time. So they're on course to make it, to break the record. But obviously anything can happen in football. Maybe Yeshwanthapura can get just a goal, maybe two, limit the damage a little bit, because it's even good for Yeshwanthapura to get goals. They might be completely out of the contest right about now, but if Yeshwanthapura, they get goals, they can reduce the deficit that they have to, say, Pyatarayanapura, at least based off goal differential. Whereas if it comes to a situation where Pyatarayanapura, they end up beating Kyarpura, making sure that it will be Sarvagnanagar and Kyarpura qualifying for the next stage. Preventing that, I should say. That keeps them in the contest. Pyatarayanapura end up beating Kyarpura, that is. If they don't, then Kyarpura and Sarvagnanagar, as it stands, will go through to the quarterfinals from Group D. That game will happen in a few days' time. But now this game will give Sarvagnanagar a whole lot more confidence. Play their football the right way. They did struggle a little bit against Yeshwanthapura when it came to exploiting the weaknesses, but now they're doing it a lot more efficiently. They're doing it a lot more often. This really just helps the confidence of the players. At this point, more than it's down to a physical game, it's down to a mental game. So they're giving themselves a huge advantage when it comes to the mental game by leading Yeshwanthapura 9-0, by still scoring goals when they're playing passive. Here we go again, another goal scoring opportunity. Maybe not. Yeshwanthapura, they've got possession. They've still got possession. They kick it in. Does it find its man? Yes, it does. Finds number 12. It's a physical battle, which number 12 does win. Could this be the goal that Yeshwanthapura needed? No. Good defense by Sarvagnanagar. They were all over the place for a certain period in that attack, but they've managed to get themselves back together in an efficient way. And now, on the other side, Sarvagnanagar pushing forwards. Just when they were starting to do that, a referee calls offside. Shot taken by Yeshwanthapura. Was quite a fair way in, but it's headed away by Sarvagnanagar. Managed to recover possession as well. They're in a comfortable position here, Sarvagnanagar, hence the passive play. Just preventing any mishaps from taking place. Also trains Sarvagnanagar's players to be playing, I guess, a little bit better when it comes to tighter defenses. Because at this point, Sarvagnanagar are playing drills with Yeshwanthapura, let's be honest. They're playing drills. And this will impact the way they play football. Maybe against KR Pura. Maybe even the rest of the tournament. It gives them that mental boost. Goes like this. Okay, we've beaten Yeshwanthapura by a certain amount of goals. Well, as it stands, it'll be 9 goals, but beaten Yeshwanthapura by 9 goals, assuming. And we've done all that dribbling and all that work, and we still haven't managed to concede a goal. That's a mental boost right there. Heading to Sarvagnanagar, if they just keep up with the way they're playing football. Also, you can see Sarvagnanagar just toying with the defense. And here we go, another attack. The shot taken into the hands of Prajwal. As Yeshwanthapura again try to play it in, but they're not able to do so. Sarvagnanagar doing everything they need to do. Number 10 makes his run. It's got to be a 1v1 situation. It's not handled properly there by number 10. And the ball eventually switches over to Yeshwanthapura. Not a lot of positives that Yeshwanthapura can take away from this game, though, but they can take over a lot of the failures that they've experienced in this game. What's gone right? What's gone wrong, really? And what's gone wrong is they've allowed so many opportunities to the offense. They've given away possession cheaply like that. As a shot taken by Sarvagnanagar goes wide, presumed to the left. And they haven't really gone forwards at all. They have, but they just haven't gotten any meaningful attack. They've had like one. So where there are a lot of negatives, there's also a lot of learning. If Yeshwanthapura can definitely learn from these mistakes, they can come back to next year's Chief Minister's Cup as a better team. Maybe if things go their way, they might even qualify for the playoffs. They're not out of it yet. They've hit the 71-minute mark. The scoreline stays at 9 goals to 0 in favor of the men in white. About 19 minutes plus stoppage time to play from here. Free kick taken by Yeshwanthapura. It goes in, but not quite where they wanted. They still have a chance at goal. Not anymore, as it's cleared out by Sarvagnanagar. Cleared in a position where they can take over possession. Sarvagnanagar, when it comes to Sarvagnanagar, they can take a lot of positives from this game, the way that they played football overall, the way that they backed themselves to give themselves more shots at goal, the way that they've worked with their defense really as well. It's all positives for Sarvagnanagar, which they can take into the game against Kayapura, are arguably going to be the stronger team in the group. Or at least a strong opponent to face in the group, as 72 minutes in, the ref calls drinks. The scoreline stays the same. Sarvagnanagar 9, Yeshwanthapura 0. Back from the break, ladies and gentlemen, was Yeshwanthapura with free kick. But in the end of that, at the end of that, it was Sarvagnanagar who managed to take over possession. But they're given away by his cheap. It's Yeshwanthapura. Form of a throw in. But Yeshwanthapura not able to keep it for long. They've lost it yet again to Sarvagnanagar. So, ladies and gentlemen, the next most important game in Group D is going to be the game between Pyatarayanapura and Kayarpura. It has potential to decide a lot. Let's watch this goal scoring attack from Sarvagnanagar. Number 10 to be more specific, as a foul is called on Yeshwanthapura. Be a free kick for Sarvagnanagar in a dangerous position. Just as I was saying that, the Pyatarayanapura taking on Kayarpura. This game could decide which team should move. If Kayarpura end up winning the game, then we know who's going through to the quarterfinals from Group D. It will be Sarvagnanagar and Kayarpura. However, if Pyatarayanapura end up winning that game, then there's a chance for all four teams to either hit or miss the playoffs. As free kicks taken quite quickly, it's past number 13, who goes for goal, and it's in. 10-0 the scoreline between Sarvagnanagar and Yeshwanthapura. So planned free kick that all the way over to number 13. Was able to finish it off in style. And with that, we have tied the highest goal margin, or margin of lead, in this tournament. Sarvagnanagar have tied for that record. And really, if Pyatarayanapura end up winning that game against Kayarpura, then they really do put themselves in a position to probably go through, because if you look at the way that Yeshwanthapura is playing, if they continue the same form into their third match, then Pyatarayanapura is going to win that. And Sarvagnanagar somehow ends up beating Kayarpura, then Pyatarayanapura is about to go through. As we get another goal scoring opportunity, and it's in. 11-0 now, the scoreline. Sarvagnanagar have decided to put the hammer down at a time when they really didn't need to. They're still choosing to do that. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you are seeing 11-0, the scoreline between Yeshwanthapura and Sarvagnanagar. So, in a universe, there is a chance that Sarvagnanagar still get knocked out if Pyatarayanapura and Kayarpura are able to win by enough goals. So Sarvagnanagar might have this neat 11-0 lead over Yeshwanthapura, but they're still at risk of going out. Nothing is guaranteed as of now. Of course, if KR Pura end up winning their game, then it really doesn't matter. But in a scenario where Pura ends up winning the game against KR Pura, you really would not want to be the team that won, let's say, by a margin of 11 goals and still got knocked out. As Yeshwanthapura, they take a shot, it's gone wide right. I think that might have been their first shot of the entire game coming in the 81st minute. That's how dominant Sarvagnanagar have been in this game. Haven't allowed Yeshwanthapura to even take a proper shot at goal in 80 minutes of play. Now they're just cruising to victory now. Sarvagnanagar taking their time with the passes. Playing it calm. Really just what they need to do. Don't need to go for anything crazy. They can practice their passes in a way as well. Now they're making the run forwards. Could have progressed, but there was nobody down the middle except two people. So assessing the situation, it's better to play it back. That's what Sarvagnanagar are doing here. But apart from that, Sarvagnanagar have truly established themselves as as a team that can take on other big teams using this game. So this was his attack from Sarvagnanagar yet again, and the goalkeeper's just given up at that point. 12-0 in favor of the All Whites. It was a good pass. Number 8, all he had to do was finish the shot. Goalkeeper didn't even give it a try. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is 12-0 in favor of Sarvagnanagar. Like I said, they've established themselves as teams that can take on other big teams. After watching this game, I definitely think that Sarvagnanagar can take on teams like Rajajinagar or even Hebbu. They can take on Gandhinagar. They've established themselves as that type of team with this game. And with this win, they're just getting ever closer to making it through to the quarterfinals. And the added goals are actually an added assurance because let's be honest, it's a really unlikely universe in which, at this point, Sarvagnagar don't go through to the top 8. This goal differential will give them a whole lot to work with. The header, though, that's the first for Yeshwanthapura. And Kevin Koshi's clean sheet is gone. Just with that, a beautiful crossing, a great header, solid header, beautiful cross from number 12, though. And they are not going home with nothing, Yeshwanthapura. They've got something to be happy about. At least that cross was phenomenal. Had they done that early in the game, they got to feel like they could have added maybe just a little bit more pressure on Sarvagnanagar. But yeah, that cuts down goal differential overall to 12, which is still overall goal differential, that is, for Sarvagnanagar to 12, which is still incredibly high, considering that they've only played 2 games. And Kayapura will most definitely lose goal differential if they lose to Pyatarayanapura. It's unlikely that they're going to lose by a blowout. So when you think about it like that, Sarvagnanagar, they basically booked their spots into the quarterfinals with this massive win. So every single goal that they get just really helps in cementing the fact that even though if Yashwanthapura beat KR even if after that KR beat them and then Yashwanthapura end up beating Yeshwanthapura, they're still going to go through because of the huge goal differential. This is something that they can guarantee themselves by scoring more goals. One thing that's for sure is Sarvagnanagar, they shouldn't get too happy or too excited about this because this tournament, it's got a long way to go. Still got to win if they make it to the quarterfinals, which they should. They should still win the quarterfinals, win the semifinals, then the final, then they can celebrate. But now winning 12-1, they shouldn't really be celebrating with that. Obviously, they can enjoy the highlight moments. But I think maybe after a couple of days, they might be going back to the drawing board with learning how to counter some of these teams, really. But we're 87 minutes in. That only means that we have 3 minutes plus stoppage time to play. Not long before this match comes to its conclusion. Sarvagnanagar have had a very pleasant evening. Here at Bangalore Football Stadium by making Yeshwanthapura's evening all the more worse. But they've done well from a footballing perspective, and they're just a few minutes away now from securing their victory. Love to get another goal. It won't be on this occasion though. Prajwal should get there to clear it, and he will go out for a throw in favor of your whites. And could Sarvagnanagar get a 13th goal here in the last 9 minutes of the game? Not on this occasion. They can't. Here we go. Yeshwanthapura going in again. It's number 12. A man who put in the cross and who assisted in Yeshwanthapura's first goal of this game. Having another look at goal. Not on this occasion, though. As the clock comes winding down, we'll have 1 minute plus stoppage time to play. But Yeshwanthapura trying to get the ball back, and be just a little more aggressive to create a few more opportunities. It's not working out as of now. Sarvagnanagar coming out with possession after that. You see that this little passage of play might just be enough to increase the confidence of these players. It's a 2v1 situation. That's the 13th goal heading the way of the All Whites. Goal number 13, yes, 13 for Sarvagnanagar. Just as we're about to hit the 90-minute mark. And there'll be no amount of added time because it is a dominant victory. And the players and the referees will start shaking hands, congratulating and comforting their opponents. Well, it's been exciting to watch the football here at Bangalore Football Stadium. First game between Rajajinagar and Hebbo, and this game between Sarvagnanagar and Yeshwanthapura. But in this evening encounter between the All White and the All Blues, it is the All White Sarvagnanagar who come out on top at full time, 12 goals to 1.